Tactical Command, this is Sword. We are inbound on final approach. I say again, on final.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the State Police exhibit here at the State Fair. More importantly, welcome to the Special Operations Response Team Rappelling Demonstration. If you would please direct your attention to the first deck. Please welcome your host for today's show, Sergeant Derek the Irish Hand Grenade Osborne!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the first ever day 14 of the Great New York State Fair. Appreciate you folks coming out, especially appreciate those of you that sat through that brutal dog show for no other purpose than to secure prime seats for this best show at the fair, guaranteed not to give you fleas. We are SORT. SORT is the tactical element for the New York State Police. As such, we conduct all those operations you would expect a SWAT team to conduct. High-risk felony warrants, barricaded subjects, hostage situations, dignitary protection. However, we also perform a few tasks you wouldn't necessarily associate with a SWAT team, such as search and rescue to include high-angle rappelling and rope rescue, which is what we're going to demonstrate here today. So without further ado, let's bring the guys down and introduce them. Up on the left side of the tower, hailing from Utica, New York, the land of tomato pie and Utica greens, Trooper Matt, the Laser. And on the right side of the tower, coincidentally also hailing from Utica, New York, the land of chicken riggies and the pusty, Trooper Chris. If you like dogs, how do you like these puppies? Swenton. Down here on the ropes, direct from division headquarters, sporting his tactical multi-cam Chuck Taylors, Sergeant Derek the Duke Surza. In that top window, spinning our beats, fresh off his European tour where he played clubs from Milan to Minsk. He's available for birthdays, bar mitzvahs, and of course, bachelorette parties. Trooper Ryan DJ DeRoche. Up on the left side of the tower, standing at an impressive 6 feet 12 inches, the North Central's team leader, Sergeant Cliff. No, I don't play basketball. Wood. On the right side of the tower, he has mastered every discipline in the tactical realm. However, as a true Renaissance man, he does everything. He also serves in our teams Taylor, Cobbler, and Sawyer. He also recently purchased half of a 1986 dump truck. True story, not sure how that transaction works, but it works for him. Sergeant Brian, nice dumper, Ordway. All right, while they work their way back up, I'm going to go over a little bit about what it takes to become a member of SORT. First, you have to be a trooper for a minimum of 2 years, quite the process in and of itself. Second, we'll periodically put out some training announcements. If you feel you have what it takes, you can put in for a tryout. If your chain of command agrees with you, then you're invited to the 3-day trial. If you pass that, you go to a 2-week selection. If you make it through the 2-week selection, you may or may not be selected to go to the 6-month course. We have an over an 80% attrition rate. Out of that 6-month school, 3 weeks of it are dedicated to rope work. We do basic rappelling, we do raising and lowering systems, getting injured personnel out of precarious situations. And we also do helicopter operations where we do hoist work, we do fast rope, which we showed you at the beginning, and we also rappel from elevations up to 4 times higher than this tower. Each guy's issued his own harness. On the front of that harness, you're going to see a piece of equipment called the figure 8. This is our descent device. The rope is fed through that. The top hand on that rope is just a guide hand, keeps you upright. The one down here by your hip, that's the money maker, that's your brake hand. As you take it away from your hip, it allows that rope to freely flow through the device. That's when we let gravity do its job, and we refer to that as letting her eat. Once you bring it back to your hip, puts friction on the device, slowing and eventually stopping us. But telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So if you look up top, we got Matt and Chris who are going to come on down. All right, so as they jumped off that tower, they put their hand out, allowing them to come down, and then they bring it closer to the hip so they can land gently on that roof. However, a couple things happen as the state fair progresses. One, our guys want to entertain themselves a little bit more. That equates to velocity. Number 2, this rope is going to start picking up a little bit more loops and twists. If you're coming down, really ripping, letting her eat, you've got that hand open a little bit more than you should. One of those loops could hit your hand and pop out. So if you lose your brakes on the thruway, that's a bad day on the road, right? If we lose our brakes up here, that's a bad day on the ropes. But that's what brings me to Sergeant Surza. He's not trying to be antisocial, showing you his back. He's not trying to showcase his well-defined lats and traps. I gotta hit the infirmary and get you a Band-Aid, brother, because you are cut. All right, we'll keep it for another show. As our senior most ropes guy and our guru out here, he has the so important yet not at all glamorous job of rope safety or belayman. If one of these guys coming down loses their brakes, he's gonna go ahead and pull on that rope, putting friction on the device, slowing, and hopefully stopping them. But again, telling you is one thing, showing you something different. So to demonstrate, one of these guys is going to help me out. They're going to take a couple steps back, they're going to get a running start, and they're going to throw themselves off of that roof with no hands on the rope. They're going to come hurtling towards Earth at an incredible rate of speed, accelerating at 9.8 meters per second, till at the very last second, Sergeant Surza, if he is physically able and so inclined, will use his raw power and cat-like reflexes to engage a belay, stopping that trooper mere moments from certain death, or at least a sprained ankle. Ladies and gentlemen, you paid for your whole seat. You're only gonna need the edge. This part's gonna be awesome. Who's going? Ah, you guys are killing me. I built it all up. Come on. Guys, hey, let's settle this like adults, all right? Yeah, thanks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Paper beats rock. Got you good. That's Chris's go-to. All right, so while Chris comes down like a gentleman, let's go ahead and give it up for Matt for volunteering. So like I said, Matt's gonna take a couple steps back. He's gonna get a running start. Off he's gonna go, screaming towards terminal velocity or early retirement. We're not sure. The last minute we'll pull the belay and we'll save him. It's gonna be awesome. He looks pumped. You ready, Matt? I'm ready. Ready? 3, 2, what? What's the matter? Derek, why aren't you on the rope? D, what's going on?
You said this was going to be awesome.
It is going to be really awesome. It's not going to be awesome you stretched out her sunglasses out, but they fit you. That looks nice. Awesome. All right. How we doing tonight, guys? Good, today. What's your name? Rhea? Okay. Did he tell you what to do? No, he didn't. You tried to cover him for a second. You're like, no instructions whatsoever. Thanks, Steve. Awesome. Don't worry about it. I'm going to give you the advanced course, okay? So here's what's going to happen. Matt's going to jump, and you pull on the rope, okay? On the first bounce, the second bounce, it doesn't matter. At some point, just pull on the rope, all right? I think it's good, dude. She looks locked in. She's got the shade. She's got the helmet. She's ready to... it doesn't matter how many bounces. I didn't know this thing was on. I didn't know you could hear it. Just earmuff it for a second. No. All right. I can pick up on body language. This is not promising. Do you want to help out? Soft, with a W. I know. All right. Ray's going to be the backup. Derek's going to be the primary belay with those sweet, sweet sunglasses. What do you think, Matt? Between the two of them, we're all good? Any other control measures you'd like to see in place? Oh, the Mary Poppins approach. It's windy enough, you might lift off. It just might work. Folks, let's give Matt a little bit of encouragement, all right? Let's count him down from 3, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Outstanding. And the umbrella is still intact. And now Derek can control him right there. He can leave him up there for another 20, 30 minutes, make it almost as long as a dog show. Outstanding work. Thanks for not letting our guy burn in. One trooper bear courtesy of the PBA. Let's hear it, guys. Let's hear it for our belay. All right, folks, you can see it's real easy to get twisted up or in a bad spot up there. Gravity does not take an instant off. However, if you get into a bad spot, as long as you keep your cool, as long as you keep your head, and most importantly, as long as you keep your brake hand, you're going to be okay. So if you look all the way up top, we got Cliff and Ryan. We're going to come on down. All right, you can see how those guys came down to that same standard seated hip rappels that everyone else has. But now they're going to transition their brake hand from their strong hand to their support. This is going to allow them to go ahead and invert. So now even though they're upside down, as long as they maintain that newfound brake hand, they're not going to smash face first in this beautifully manicured turf. This is what we call the Commando Crawl. It allows our guys to see where they're going before they present their feet or other body parts through a window. But once they've seen all they need to see, they can go ahead and revert, reassume that brake hand, and come on down. Complete with a superhero landing, ladies and gentlemen, the invert. Folks, you're going to pick up on a reoccurring theme out here, and that is safety. We're dealing with heights, we're dealing with extreme angles, we're dealing with hard and sharp edges. It's inherently dangerous. People that are rappelling, rock climbing, or even hiking can end up in bad situations. They can become injured or stranded, or they go neither up nor down. We have to have the means to go ahead and rescue those people. Ladders aren't necessarily going to reach high enough, and helicopters can be counterproductive. Those rotors don't do our ropes any favors, if you know what I'm saying. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Matt, who's going to start this demonstration. Say Matt's working his way down a sheer cliff face in the Adirondack Park, or perhaps Ithaca, because it is gorgeous. He gets himself to a spot he wants to be for a while. He's going to take that rope and wrap it around his 8, not once, not twice, but thrice. This is called the tie-off. Once Matt's tied off, he can go hands-free. He can literally and figuratively hang out. He can get his cell phone out, snap a selfie, post it to his MySpace page. Anyone else still running MySpace? Yeah, that explains my friend count. All right, but say he's hanging out up there enjoying himself and a rock kicks loose, hits somebody in the head. At this point, I'm going to need a little bit of audience participation. Any kids that want to help out? Anybody? Any kids? Yeah, oh, don't worry about raising your hand. School hasn't started yet. Come on forward. Right past that rope that's there for your safety, ignore it. Come right on over. We got a bunch of water balloons. I don't know if we have enough for everybody, but feel free to come forward. Scoop one right up, get right up on top of it. Close with and destroy. Ready? It's a nice day for, oh, oh no! He's got it all. Ready? Yeet him up there. Oh, I'm in a bad spot. There any more? Oh, that has some heat. Some velocity on those. All right, folks, let's hear it for our rocks. Nice job, guys. Thanks a lot. Hey, Derek, next year, lawn darts. Yep. Don't have to throw them up between shows, just got to wipe them off. Outstanding. All right, well, Matt's been knocked unconscious. We can't leave him sitting up there. We've got a lot of time and money invested in him, and we've actually grown somewhat attached to him. So if you look all the way up top, we got the big salmon, Chris. Chris is going to work his way down his line. He's going to latch hands on Matt, and he's going to hopefully bring them both to safety. Come on down, Chris. Oh, all right. We choose all our own music out here. It's a bold choice for Chris. Obviously comfortable in his own skin. What's up, Chris? This is your musical selection, is it not? Matt seems to be enjoying it. A little too much. Something with more pizzazz? DJ DeRoshi. Our tactical diva won't come down to this. Need something more manly, and in his words, with more pizzazz. You got him? I think he's got you, Chris. Hold on, let's see what he's got. The lawnmower? Outstanding. Chris is an excellent dancer. I knew he'd dig this one. He loves the Weather Girls. He has all their album. As Chris comes down, you're going to notice he has a different piece of hardware on the front of his harness. He's not running an 8, he's running a break bar rack. That's going to allow Chris to take additional weight onto his system. In this case, that additional weight is going to be Matt. Chris is going to stop slightly above Matt, but before he gets to work, he's got to perform a tie-off, lest he become another casualty in need of rescue. Now he reaches for that blue strap, that pick-off strap. It's designed specifically for rope rescue work. Uses a partial inversion and his impressive wingspan to hook into Matt's harness. Now he's going to use that pick-off strap and his bulging biceps, and he somehow shoehorns into his medium shirt. A large? Not in the men's section. As Chris pulls Matt up, you can see how Matt instinctively reaches for Chris's hips and legs. We're a very close-knit team. At this point, we ask no photos be taken. Thank you. You can see Matt's line has gone slack, an indication that his weight has been removed from it. Now Chris is working to secure all of his hardware and completely free Matt from his line. Now Chris will undo his tie-off and hopefully lower them both safely to the ground. Looks like he nailed it. Ladies and gentlemen, the pick-off. All right, folks, we've gone over basic rappelling. We've showed you safety measures in place. We've demonstrated a very small percentage of the rescue work that we are capable of. However, there is also a tactical application to the rope work we're demonstrating here today. Say, for example, if there were a bad guy creeping around these fairgrounds. He snatches up a kid, runs up in this building, barricades the door shut. Horrible choice of location on his part, but I digress. So now he's got that door nailed shut, and he feels real confident we're not going to be able to make entry. But unfortunately for that bad guy, Special Operations Response Team doesn't need to come in through the door. We can come in through the window. But before we do, we count on all of our other partners. The men and women that you see around this fair in the gray uniform and the Stetsons, the road troopers, those are the initial responders, walking into chaotic, dangerous scenes, oftentimes by themselves, getting people to safety and containing the situation. Then they call on their supervisors, investigators, negotiators, and our other partners in the special operations community, such as our friendly rivals, the K-9 guys. They have several, the K-9 handlers and our team have several drone operators, as you might have heard before, buzzing above you. Those offer real-time actionable intelligence without exposing our people to danger. However, when it comes to technology, we trust but verify. There is no substitute for the human eye. So if you look all the way up top, we've got Ryan, who's ready to run the recon. Ryan's careful laying very gently on that roof so as not to notify anyone of his presence. Works into a commando crawl, starts checking those windows. Oh, appears to be a guard dog of some sort. Try to keep it down, Ryan. Hopefully they don't notify the homeowner. Oh, egad. That is not our target, Ryan. Get out of there. Oh, that is aggressive. Ryan's gone to a fetal position. That's a bad sign. Oh, no. Call me. Swipe left, Ryan. Get out of there. Oh, my. It's over, brother. We do have counselors on hand after traumatic calls. He'll be on the phone with them today, I'm sure. Whew. So now he's working down to that bottom one. Now he's got eyes on that target, and he's confirming the hostage taker and hostage are in that lower window. Now he reaches up on the back of his harness for that canister. That's a noise flash diversion device, commonly referred to as a flashbang. That's going to emit a bright light and loud noise that distracts and disorients the suspect while we seize the initiative. Looks like Ryan's ready to deploy the bank, and it looks like we're ready for Cliff to effect the rescue. He's in the window. Bad guy's got the drop on him. He's got a knife. Ha! His armament, Hong Kong fake. He's giving him the business. A pile drive. No! Folks, I am sorry you had to witness that clear violation of New York State Police policy and procedures. Cliff, you had already disarmed him, and our policy and procedures do not allow us to throw a pedophile out of a second-story window. No. The manual clearly states it has to be the 3rd floor or higher. Second floor is not getting it done. You know what I'm saying? How's the kid though, Cliff? Remember the kid? Timmy, he's okay. He can use a new shirt, but he's okay. Let's hear it for the big guys. Big hero. Really nailed it. Folks, hopefully you can tell we have a good time out here. We enjoy interacting with you good people working on this awesome tower. It represents a nice break for us. However, at the end of the day, it is a serious business we're involved in. If you look along that roof line, we've got 4 sets of numbers. Those are the shield numbers for Michael Strank, Ross Riley, David Brinkerhoff, and Joseph Longobardo. Those 4 men were operators on our team who died in the line of duty. They made the ultimate sacrifice serving the people of the state of New York, and we think it's those guys that deserve a real round of applause this afternoon. Folks, you've been a great crowd. We really appreciate you coming out. Feel free to come forward after the show. We'll answer questions, pose for pictures. Got stickers for the kids, I think. Make sure to hit up the PBA and the Trooper Foundation for all your state police swag. And the museum and interactive displays are all very interesting. Again, thanks for coming out, and we appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day at the great New York State Fair.
Then I'm going to go over.
Thank you.